Stephen A. Are you confident in Kawhi and PG-13, that duo now?
Hell no. I mean, I congratulate them on getting past the first round. They handled their business. I had my reservations at first. I thought they were going. I picked them to win the series at the start of the series, Max. Then I thought they were going to get swept after losing the first two in L.A. Props to them. They came back, but then they go back to Los Angeles and they lose Game 5.
Yeah, the Mavs were supposed to be done winning.
And giving up 40 to Luka, and then they going back to Dallas in Game 6, which I thought they would win. I thought they would win Game 6 and then be typical Clippers and lose in Game 7 because of the way the series had gone. But props to Kawhi Leonard for showing up, showing out, handling his business, reminding us the superstar talent that he is. Major, major props. And props to Paul George as well. Averaged 23 a game in this series. Shot better than 46% from the field in this series. He handled his business as well. Marcus Morris came up big time yesterday with some big time shots. I give him a lot of credit along with Reggie Jackson. But with all due respect, the Dallas Mavericks might have Luka, but they ain't the Jazz. That's the next team. Top 4 offensively, averaging better than 116 points per game. Top 3 defensively, yielding about 107 a game. In their first round playoff series against the Utah Jazz, they got not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 dudes averaging at least 17 a game. They got elite perimeters, defenders like Conley and Royce O'Neal on the perimeter. You've got Rudy Gobert, who may be Defensive Player of the Year in the interior. And, oh, by the way, they got a superstar, too, because Donovan Mitchell is on that level.
Facts.
Let me be very, very clear. I'm not speculating. I ain't guessing. I don't need to see. I've seen it. Donovan Mitchell is D-Wade 2.0. This brother is something special. And whatever you had to deal with Luka, you going to have to deal with Donovan Mitchell. So Kawhi and Paul George, look out, because Donovan Mitchell is coming. The difference between him and Luka is that Donovan Mitchell got help. I didn't even remember Bogdanovich, Conley, and Gobert and those boys offensively, okay? Oh, and Engel as well.
Ingles, Clarkson. Goes on and on.
That's right, Ron Clark. He has help. Luka did it. Don't get me started with you and Porzingis. I'm so done with him.
Yeah. His body won't hold up. That's the issue. That's right. His body won't hold up.
Well, he was in the game yesterday.
Yeah, but he has to always play himself back to where he was.
He's never been. Don't you worry. We're going to have more on that later in the show.
7'3" pedestrian, never drives.
Here's the bottom line. You have to be confident in Kawhi and Paul George after what you just saw. I am. The real issue has never been Kawhi. Will Kawhi answer the bell? Has he had bad games in the playoffs? Everyone has, including Kawhi. Kawhi is one of the most clutch players who's ever played basketball. Look at his playoff resume. He is a 2-time Finals MVP. Once as a 22-year-old baby, and later on as the best guy on the team in Toronto for 2 different franchises. And by the way, Stephen A., that's just the Finals MVP. If they gave out playoff MVP, he'd have some of those too. Because he's had playoffs where by then you go, that dude was the most clutch dude in the playoffs, including the year he won it with Toronto.
Okay.
The series against Toronto was not his most impressive series. He went crazy that whole time. Okay, Kawhi as a lead dude in the playoffs, you have to be confident in. He did it again. You know what he did? By the way, when I say he did it again, you know what he did? You talk about Steph Curry, 50-40-90. He went 60-40-90 for this 7-game playoff series. How about this one? Kirk Goldsberry had this on ESPN. Of all players ever to score 200 points in a playoff series, if you scored 200 points, probably went 7 games, right?
Yeah.
There are only 3 dudes until now who shot 60% from the field. 60. And Kawhi is a wing. Those shots, as we saw from the graphic, are coming from distance. Shaq wasn't a wing. Kareem wasn't a wing. Bernard King. Stephen A. remembers a sweet shooting dude. Bernard. Those are the only 3 ever to have 200 points, 60%. Kawhi is fine. So the question is Paul George. Do you have confidence in Paul George? What did we see from Paul George? He's played in this series consistently better than he's played in high leverage moments throughout his career in the playoffs. Playoff P, if anything, is Porzingis now, not Paul George. Let's be honest. Is that a second banana who you can win a title with? Yep. From what I saw, that dude played well enough to be the second dude. He has to keep that up. The Jazz are a whole lotta. Right now, you make me pick, I'll take the Clippers because they have Kawhi and Paul George.
I'm not doing that. You're going to have to show me you can beat the Utah Jazz. I think the Utah Jazz are the best team in the Western Conference. I think they'll beat Phoenix or Denver, and I definitely think they'll beat the Clippers. You got to show me you can take these brothers out because I believe in these Utah Jazz, because I believe in Donovan Mitchell. Everything is predicated on Donovan Mitchell. If he's not playing, all bets are off. But with him on the court, with the Utah Jazz, they are something special to behold. Quinn Snyder, he was a Coach of the Year candidate and well-deserved. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. As long as he ain't going against Joel Embiid, he all right, okay? Not to say that Jokic can't give him a little something too. I understand he can. But I'm just saying, Joel Embiid is a different monster because of his athleticism and his abilities. With Jokic, he can't jump onto a curb, but somehow, some way, nobody can stop him. I've never understood
Passing
that.
ability is. Well,
I'm just saying that's not you. If you're a defender against Jokic, you can't worry about his passing.
That's what I mean.
I'm talking about a straight-up defense, a straight-up, like manning up against him.
No doubt.
If you pass the ball to somebody else, that's not your concern. I'm just talking about what he did
Does
to
Gobert
Yusuf
want to follow him out to the three-point line?
Giving them 30. Well, if he had to, yeah, he could pull Gobert away from the basket. That would make that series interesting. I understand that. But in the end, I'm looking at the arsenal. These brothers for Utah, they can play it slow, they can play up-tempo, and they hit threes.
Yeah.
They shoot and defend.
Threes. It's going to be interesting, no doubt.
Can't wait for
the
series.
I got Utah. I got Utah winning that series.
Guess
By the
what?
way,
So does Vegas.
Mike Conley's hamstring, not so great. So, Donovan Mitchell needs everything you said is true about the team. He still needs a second dude, a second banana like Kawhi has, who can get his own shot, hook up his teammates. You still need that.
Right,
and
guys,
Conley's not going to be that.
We'll get into this a little later.
Yeah.
All right, maybe.
We disagree.
Let's leave it there.
We disagree.
But the Jazz have the best odds to win the West. That's according to Vegas. And then the Clippers, second best.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.